you hold your thumb out at arm's length with your elbow straight and you look at your thumbnail, that size of your thumbnail is about 1 degree of visual angle, okay? That means if you had 360 thumbs, it would make a circle around your head. Now that 1 degree of visual angle is the size of your fovea. That's the part of your retina where you can see. Everywhere else, you're essentially legally blind.
In general, the most important means of our perception is our memory. 99% of what we see is projected from our memory, and only 1% is added by our sensory organs.
Our brain can falsify information that comes onto the retina. It can falsify it. In other words, if we can override what is really out there and impress what we think should be out there, that's the way it works. It's very powerful.
Let's take a look at Leander and Raphael. The two students are wearing similar clothing, have a similar stature, but are different enough to tell apart. Do you think you would notice if Raphael started a conversation with you and in the middle of it was replaced by Leander? Yes? Then take a look at the test devised by American psychologist Daniel Simons.
Excuse me, I'm looking for a Volksbank.
Sorry?
Volksbank. I'm looking for a Volksbank.
Volksbank?
Yep.
Yeah? Let me think. Where is it? It's almost slapstick here. Yeah, there is one round the corner, up at Market Square.
Excuse me, I'm looking for Silver Street. I don't have a clue where I am.
So could you show it to me once again? You gotta walk up Helweg. Down there and there to the left. Down there and then left. All the way up Helweg.
I'm looking for Silver Street. Do you know where it is?
Silver Street. Silver Street. We're here. That's where you want to go.
Is there a Volksbank somewhere here? Yep. I have a map here. I'm looking for Silver Street. Looking for Silver Street.
I have to admit I'm not from here either.
Okay, so Silver Street.
In case you think we faked this experiment, it first took place on an American university campus in 1998. It has since been conducted countless times, and in all the tests, more than half of the people approached didn't notice anything at all.
You go to a doctor's office and you say, I have a pain in my stomach, and you don't want them to say, well, it could be aliens running around, because it could be, right? Why couldn't it be? You want them to go through what's most likely down the list, right? And that's what our brain does. The whole cognitive structure is we look at the world, we make mindsets of what's familiar, and we look out into the world in these mindsets.
Our world is getting more and more complex. An American psychologist calculated that today the human brain can simultaneously absorb 11 million units of information. However, we're only consciously aware of a maximum of 40. That's why New York is exhausting when we first visit it. But the more often we venture into places like Times Square, the more at ease we feel with it. That's because we shift to autopilot, and our brain fades out what is considered irrelevant or familiar.
Half of your brain is dedicated to processing visual information. So that means that a quarter of your brain at least is just for that 0.1%. If you amplified that up and we saw everything in the world so that we didn't have a fovea, just our entire visual field was one big high-resolution fovea, our brain would have to be at least 500 times bigger in order to process all that information. And still we'd have attention picking out pieces of it for us.
To prove this, Psychologist Daniel Simons thought up this test. Count how many times the white team passes the ball. And go. Even if you did happen to notice something, half of all test persons overlooked the gorilla. They were blind to the black gorilla because they were too busy counting the white team's passes. Our brain decides which information is new and important enough without us even knowing.